So we got two big breaking news out the NBA this past coming into this early in this week. I'm gonna start with the biggest trade so far this offseason. Giannis Antetokumpo, guys, gets traded. What is it? 10 plus years in Milwaukee, finally gets to go leave out of Milwaukee. They've been flirting with trade rumors for a little while. Giannis is getting traded. Giannis is not getting traded. Giannis is not getting traded. Giannis gets traded. They've been trying to pull this off since last season, going to this season. Don't pull it off in the off season. Don't pull it off at trade deadline. You pull it off this summer. It was time for a move. It was time for a move. It was two teams in the final running with Giannis, guys, was the Boston Celtics and Miami Heat. And I actually thought that Boston Celtics would have pulled the trigger. I really did. I thought they was going to be able to pull the trigger. I thought Giannis would have been an amazing fit. Obviously, you're going to have to give up Jaylen Brown. But you get you get one of the best scoring superstars right now in Jason Tatum. You get a superstar right along with you, and you got knockdown shooters like the Sam Hausers and the other guys that they have on the team. You probably would have had to add Peyton Pritchard, but I wouldn't give you Derek White. You're not getting Jaylen Brown and Derek White off me. I'm sorry. That's dead. So I thought Boston would have pulled the trigger, but they didn't. Miami Heat pulls the trigger, and I'm not impressed with this trade, guys, at all. I'm going to get to it real quick. Let me tell you the guys that got moved for Giannis. So Tyler Hero, Khalil Ware, Jaime Jaquez, Casper Jonas, Jukanas, 3 first-round picks, and they swap a second-rounder. And the Miami Heat get Giannis Antetokumpo and Bobby Portis. So I'm gonna save the superstar for last. As for the Bucks, now they may end up moving Tyler Hero, but you're building for the future. And it works that way because at the end of the day, did you really want to get out and go get Jaylen Brown and then not be in the bottom of the draft? I mean, be in the top of the draft. You want to rebuild this thing from the ground up from Giannis. You want to do what OKC did, get rid of PG, get rid of Russell Westbrook, get SGA, and just hope that we get these picks to be able to work for the future. You got really good players on the team still. You got Kevin Porter Jr. I love KPJ. Obviously, I don't think they're going to end up keeping Kuzma. You got other guys on the team like Miles Turner. I know he had a real bad season this year, but you'll see how he doing his second year in Milwaukee. You get Khalil Ware. I'm a big fan of Khalil Ware. Can play the defense, can block shots, can hit the 3-ball. He's a good modern-day big. You get Jaime Jaquez. He's another person I like off the bench. To me, he really should have won 6th Man of the Year against Keldon Johnson. And it's like, man, I feel like the Miami Heat, they kind of got finesse out of this situation because it's like, okay, I don't mind giving you Hero. I'm not the biggest Tyler Hero guy, guys. But I got to give you Jaquez and Khalil Ware? And mind you, this is a top 5, top 6 player, Giannis. But these teams are not realizing when you gut your team, Giannis goes to Miami. This is not a good program around him so far. Now, obviously, Eric Spoelstra can coach his ass off. We know that, but the pieces around him, guys, I don't like the defensive. You got Davion Mitchell. Shot the 3-ball pretty well, but at the end of the day, he didn't take a lot of 3-point shots. But he still hit them at a solid clip. Andrew Wiggins is not really a 3-point sniper. Then there's rumors that Norman Powell may not stay in Miami. And he's the one guy that can go get a bucket from the 3-ball, that can be able to stretch the flow. And then on top of that, you have Giannis and Bam in the front court. Bam is not no guy that's going to stretch the flow from 3. Bam is what? Top 29%, high 29%, low 30%. Then you come in with no bench. And you mean to tell me you're going to be willing to compete this year? You're not competing this year. You could get to the playoffs for sure. But it feel like you kind of left off in the same situation you was with Dame and Giannis when they made it to the playoffs against Indiana a year ago in that same position. To me, you got to have a good influx of good defensive guys and good offensive guys. That's why they won in Milwaukee when Giannis had Drew Holiday, can play the D, can stretch the flow when he need to. Chris Middleton can create his own shot at the time. Then you got Brook Lopez, can block shots even at an older age and stretch the floor. That's going to clog the paint with Giannis. And Giannis ain't about to be hitting no three ball at no high clip. And it can work. It can work. It can work. It can work. But you got to have your backcourt guys that can be able to see. If they got to find a way, if they could get like a Duncan Robinson back in there. You're going to have to find that. Because I don't know if Norman Powell's going to stay, guys. We don't know with his contract situation. We don't know. I think this team will be ready to compete after this year once Pat Riley and Spoelstra can get the roster, because this year is more so just filling out the roster. You're going to just have to find guys off the street, not really high-priced free agents, not even middle-tier free agents, and just build around that. But as for the Milwaukee Bucks, I love it. You want to rebuild anyway. Maybe one of these guys that you traded for can turn into a star. You would hope Khalil Ware can turn into a star. And then on top of that, you have all these first round picks you could build off. You know, you got your and congratulate yourself. You got a championship out of Giannis, man. You got a championship. That's all that matters. Some people have not. The Clippers didn't get no ring out of their stuff. Who else, guys? The Philadelphia Sixers, they didn't get a ring out of this with all their star players. So congratulate yourself, and it's time to rebuild. Get off early, off your star player, so you get the rebuilding process. And it's just all about just getting these young guys some minutes and some reps, and that's all that matters. But Miami Heat, I'm not looking for this team to go far. I'm sure they're going to fill out their roster pretty solid, but it's just I don't like the pieces around Giannis as of today. Obviously, free agency hasn't started, so we'll see. But at least Giannis get to go to a team that he wanted to. It was down to Boston. I'd rather him in Boston. You go to Miami, and we know Pat Riley's not afraid to go spend that bread on high-priced free agents. To me, they like the LA Lakers, the East Side. We're going to get the big superstar names, and we just going to ride out like that. But, I mean, you trying to get into trying to do it the old school 2010 way with stockpile these stars on the team, that shit ain't working. It's these young bucks that's winning these rings. These young guys, man. So, we'll see what happens, man. Not necessarily, I'm going to say young guys, just teams that's been building chemistry for years, you know, like Denver did, like Boston did, like OKC did. But just getting a super team, a superstar on one team and go put them on the Miami Heat, as of today, guys, if they make some moves in the free agency, maybe they could get it done. I just don't see them going far, at least this year. They'll make the playoffs, but I don't see a big jump, because this is what happens. You got to gut your team with all of these good young players like Hawkins and Khalil Ware. You know, obviously Tyler Hero was going to get included regardless on whatever Miami Heat trade they made, with it, if it was Giannis or somebody else. But we'll see, man. But trade season for the NBA is off to a good start. I'm out, guys. Be safe.